Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the video. It's Saturday morning again, and I've got the power dot on my legs, getting them warmed up to do my training ride this morning. I'm going to be riding the trainer, unfortunately. I've got a lot going on this weekend, so I'd just rather hit the trainer because it's much quicker to ride indoors. I'm really busy this weekend because I'm trying to get ready for the upcoming holidays, and I have not done any holiday shopping, and so I've got a lot to do this weekend. But anyways, if you are still holiday shopping for maybe a fellow cyclist, if you're looking for kind of a different gift that doesn't break the budget, you should check out Manual for Speed's shirts that they're releasing this past week. They have pictures from Cat3 memes printed on them. So if you don't follow Cat3 memes, they're on Instagram. I'll put the link down below. But some of these shirts are just kind of silly. I really enjoy a good meme myself. And if you guys have been keeping up with the cycling news, a couple months ago, Floyd Landis, who I'm sure most of you guys know, if not, he raced with Lance Armstrong and helped him win a couple of the Tour de France's, won a Tour de France in 2006 himself until he got convicted of doping, and they obviously took his title away. Didn't work out so well for him, so he decided to become a whistleblower on Lance Armstrong. The money that he won after paying all of his legal fees, he's actually putting back into cycling by actually sponsoring a North American development team. But the issue in the news this past week is that he's actually registered his team in Canada, which a lot of people also find funny because obviously he's probably not a big fan of USA Cycling. Floyd owns a legal cannabis shop in Leadville, Colorado. So, because Canada's not for sure on how they feel about all this, Floyd wanted to name the team Floyd's of Leadville Pro Cycling. Floyd's of Leadville is the name of his hemp shop in Colorado. But Canada didn't like that, so most likely they're going to have to call the team something like Floyd's Pro Cycling. The big news in cycling and road cycling this week has been the announcement from Team Sky. And if you've been living under a rock, then you probably haven't heard, but Sky has decided that they will end their sponsorship in 2020. So basically 2019, as it stands right now, is going to be the last year of Team Sky. The reasons why this has happened is some of the ownership has changed at Sky and 21st Century Fox, which is the other title sponsor of the team. And because of this change, some of the reasons for sponsoring the team have gone away. So there's a couple key factors that make this topic extremely interesting in cycling. First off, Team Sky has really dominated, and a lot of people believe that dominance has become of their massive team budget. That has been brought up over and over again over the years. So for example, the Team Sky budget is £30 million. Normal cycling teams, their budget is like 17 to 25 million pounds. So as you can see, their team budget is almost double the size of some other teams' budgets. That is an issue for the team because now as Sky backs out, they have to find a sponsor who can either front that huge amount or they have to work on a much more reduced budget, which they are not familiar with doing because since the inception of this team, they have been sponsored by Sky and they're used to having this huge budget. They've won 6 Tour de France's with it. Not to mention the Giro and the Vuelta. They really need to secure sponsorship probably by May because most riders start to sign new deals by the Tour de France. And if you're on a team that its future is unknown, you're not going to hang around on that team. You're going to be looking at other offers. Team Sky actually has contracts past 2020 for 3 of their big key riders, which is Chris Froome, Thomas Durant, and Egan Bernal. So what happens with those riders? I read that the UCI is watching this very closely. Apparently, there are rules that if the ownership of the team has signed contracts with players and the team folds, it seems as though they still have to pay out those contracts. It'll also be interesting to see how this affects other teams. If the team completely folds, all the riders are going to have to disperse out to other teams. And it's going to be much harder for some other riders to get contracts. So this could affect cycling in so many ways. It'll be really interesting to see how it unfolds. You kind of think that it would be insane that a sponsor doesn't step up to sponsor this team that has won so many big races. But you also have to consider they've been behind a couple of different allegations the past couple years. And Bradley Wiggins and Chris Froome. People, like, if you watched the Tour de France last year, he was being booed insanely by the crowd. I mean, anytime you'd see Chris Froome and there was a crowd, you would hear boos. So while this team has won a lot, they're really under scrutiny for some of their actions in the past. It sucks to see any kind of team collapse in cycling, but at the same time, I kind of wonder what this could do to cycling if nobody does step up for Team Sky. It's interesting. It's something to think about. My warm-up on the PowerDot is over, so it's time for me to go start to train. Today's Trainer Road workout is Eclipse Plus 3, which is 4 20-minute sweet spot efforts. I'm a little nervous about that because my 20-minute sweet spot efforts earlier this week, they didn't go so well. I'm much more recovered from my strength sessions earlier this week, so hopefully I can keep it together today. Trying out a new Cliff Bar that I haven't had before. Chocolate chip peanut crunch. For some reason, I thought when I started the Sweet Spot Base High Volume 2 plan again for a second time, that the 20-minute efforts, maybe they wouldn't be so bad since I was used to doing them, but it's just as hard as the first time around. That threshold where this is really uncomfortable, and that's really where I need to be. So I'm really happy right now. It may not seem that way, but I am, and I can't wait to finish this fourth one and get it knocked out. Made it through that last 20-minute sweet spot, and it actually, towards the end, I actually really got into the video that I was watching. So it's so funny how engaged you are in whatever it is that you're doing, how it really changes your RPE. Eclipse Plus 3 ended up being 147 TSS, and I burned 1,087 calories. And I forgot how uncomfortable these efforts are. Like how did I already forget that? I don't really know. I am absolutely drained. I love these Saturday morning rides because I usually finish up just in time for lunch. All right guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. If you like this video, make sure you smash that thumbs up button. It does help the channel. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one.